One of my biggest lessons that I've learned is that there are people who look like us who work on the other side of the fence, okay? In the forefront there, in front of the camera saying, oh, this is wrong. And they're talking all of this stuff about equality and yada, yada, yada. But at the same time, they're taking checks and they're behind the scenes working with other groups of people to keep you in the dark about the fact that you are a photon light being, having a human experience. They're keeping this racism at the forefront and this anger within your body because that is also a part of your entrapment, okay? It's not just about confessing. It's also about forgiveness and understanding that you are not this body, and you forgive because you don't want that negative energy holding down your light body. What you have is a group of people that want to keep this reality going. They don't want the moon machine to shut down. They don't want you to know that you're a photon light being having a human experience. They want to keep this realm open so they can continue to do what they do. They wanted to gain all the riches and the land and everything. But the inheritance belongs to a select group of people. And the prophecy of this place shutting down is just that. We're going to return back from whence we came. And understanding that there's people who work on both sides that look like you and I, okay? There's people who you perceive to be, an ally, and they're not, okay? And they themselves have taken these oaths in order for them to benefit for the temporary gains of this world, meaning that they're monetary gains. They're in it for the money, or they're in it for whatever they can gain, because by keeping you in the dark, they also get to thrive and parade around as celebrities and parade around like they're great gods and, whatever the case may be. So there's people that you see at the forefront of everything, and they're in the media, they're celebrities, they have all of this status, and you don't understand that this is all a part of the construct. All of that works in tandem. A part of what I do here in deconstructing the matrix is understanding that all of this is a tightly woven web, and everything works in tandem, and every celebrity and every person that you see on the world stage is kind of working in tandem together behind the scenes against a certain group of people. And yes, that means that there's people that look like us. And also there's empty vessels, okay? Like, we can talk about cloning, and I'm talking about cloning on this channel because I want you to understand that cloning is no big thing. If you can propagate a plant and you can take a piece of a plant and create another plant, and you can clone a body, okay? So a lot of people that you're looking at, you might think, oh, this person is just like me, when in actuality they're an empty vessel occupied by something else altogether, and you have no idea. You are none the wiser because you think that, oh, this is all about race. No, it is not. Looking at a celebrity in a high light and saying, oh my God, this person is this person is that, when in actuality, they're just a physical body being occupied by certain entities or energies or walk-ins or spirits, right? And a lot of your family and the people who are surrounding you are involved in this process of making them who they are, right? And you're more important as a chosen going through all of this trauma and duress than these people that are parading in front of you on a television screen. It's understanding that this all works in tandem. Yeah, your family works together with it. Okay, everybody around you works together with it. If they're part of those, secret organizations, they all work together from the top to the bottom. This is understanding the nature of the matrix and what it is that we're dealing with here, and how high these levels of devils are. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. Okay, we wrestle against spirits and principalities in high places that are seeking to keep this realm going. Now, behind closed doors, what I have found is that not everybody's on the side of good, not everybody's on the side of evil. They have a choice. Everybody has a choice of what they would like to do or how they would like to do it. And you also have this game of power, which is there's inherent power, which means that you have full knowledge of self, you understand yourself, you have ascended as a master, you have obtained Christ consciousness or full light, and you understand who you are. That is inherent power, and that means that no one and nothing can touch you because you understand that you are immortal, right? And the whole entire plot is to keep you from understanding that so that you never fully awaken to self. And there's a lot of people invested in this process because once you awaken fully and you know who you are, you cannot be touched in any wise. What is an immortal to a matter-based being? What is it? I'm a photon light being. I'm more powerful than anything you could ever imagine because I cannot die. Also, when it comes to the people who are ascended, who understand and who have a higher knowledge, you come to realize that death is just a door. Okay, I've died plenty of times. I've had many incarnations. I've been through the moon machine quite a few times. I understand what it means to actually die. And I'm finally at a place where I am no longer willing to do this over again. So I have ascended far beyond the placeholder by which they sought to keep me in. And I am in a space right now where having Christ consciousness means that I am fully awakened person within the dream, meaning that whatever construct that they created, I have ascended beyond that. So understand that a lot of these people that are in front of you are not necessarily always on the side of evil just because they're a celebrity. Okay, there's double sides to this. You have people playing a game of chess within these different orders, and they are all different pieces on the board. Some of them more powerful than others. There are celebrities that look like us, okay, that people accuse them of being on the side of wrong or evil because they have fame or status. No, they just know their power, and they know that they can't be touched, and they know they're immortal. It's just like within Lovecraft Country when Atticus figured out that he was of this certain bloodline, and he walked into the lodge and said, according to your rules, I have the power here, and you need to get up and get out. It's kind of like that. There are some of us who are fully awakened, and we understand the the other side of the game, and we know that we can't be touched in any wise, and everyone has to kind of bend to that. So you're talking about deals that are made behind the scenes with certain groups of people, regardless of race, okay, regardless of race. This has nothing to do with race. You're talking about a construct that is created to create the illusion of racism, to keep you in a low vibratory frequency. So when you talk about racism, I just personally don't buy into it. I have ascended beyond the construct of race, even calling myself like I'm a photon light being. I am an immortal being within this physical construct of a body that fell into matter. And I am not identifying with either or. If you have a soul and you're a good soul and you do the right thing and you confess your syntax errors of your light body and you're ready to move beyond the scope of this physical experience, then that is what's most important to me. It has absolutely nothing to do with me being hateful about something that happened in the past, because there was enslavement going on. There was all these different things going on. It's been flip-flopping for a very long time. We knew what we were doing, and I know it's hard to fathom that we agreed to fall into this space. We agreed to do this. Your soul agreed. You just do not remember what you agreed to. But the whole point is for you to wake up and remember who you are. Keeping this anger within your light body and keeping you angry about racism and staging certain things in order for you to get angry is a part of the process to keep you in a low vibratory state, because forgiveness is also a part of clearing the light body. According to this chart that I created, you must also forgive in addition to confess. So you have the one side where you're confessing and you have the side that you're forgiving. You must forgive. You cannot hold on to or harbor negative energy. You may say to yourself, I don't want to forgive. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, they did all this stuff to me, right? But hold on a second, right? Forgiveness is not for them. It's for me. It's for me not harboring these negative and ill feelings, because that also weighs down the soul or the light body, right? Forgiveness is so that you can release that energy. And whether that person is sincere or not is not my concern, because when that sun does what it does, baby, and you're not 100% in what it is that you have said to me, that's not my problem anymore. I have forgiven you. I have let go of that energy out of my light body. I am no longer weighted down by the frequencies of race or whatever, the anger or abuse or whatever it is that you've done, because I am not this body. I am a light being having a human experience. And I'm here to let all of this go at this point, because it's time for me to ascend. Your ancestors are a part of you. Your ancestors are you, okay? They live within your DNA, okay? So a lot of what we're talking about on this channel is letting go of all of this anger and resentment so that we can ascend. We're going to forgive and we're going to confess. We're going to do both, those two pillars, in order for us to get out of this situation. In order for us to graduate Earth School, which is what we came here to do, we are going to need to do both of those things in order for us to have full knowledge of self.